Yeah, it's been on every paranormal show you can think of, but that place lived up to expectations
Wow.
and more. It was pretty crazy being in there, and it was awesome.
What was the most what was the biggest thing that happened there for you that makes it stand out the most?
Um,
She's
Yeah.
staring at you, so clearly
So,
she has something in mind.
yeah, it was kind of awesome and kind of embarrassing at the same time.
Oh, great. These are the best
Yeah.
kinds of stories.
Those were her eyes saying, "Say it."
Yeah. So we were investigating in a certain hallway. I think it was Jimmy and Jimmy and Lester's hallway. They have their picture and stuff in there. And I was walking down the hallway to grab my REM pod, and when I picked it up and started walking, I was just gonna move it down the hall more. I heard a voice, so I put down the REM pod, and I was just like shocked. Like I just heard a man's voice right next to me, and these guys were about 20 feet behind me, and I was freaking out. I was asking, I was walking in each room, seeing if there's anybody in there, asking for them to talk again. And
She's making me
I
laugh.
dropped, yeah, and I started walking back towards the group, and my flashlight fell out of my pocket, and it just smacked the floor so loud I jumped about 10 feet in the air, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
At the time, she was doing live EVP, so when he dropped it, it was magnified.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah,
on the
I-
recorder.
Yeah, yeah. I was doing live EVPs. I had headphones on. I had them plugged into my my voice recorder, and that thing is loud. I have a Zoom H4n
Okay.
Pro.
Yeah, I know what that is.
And it's like big, bulky,
Mm-hmm.
and it's extremely loud with headphones on. Like you could hear literally everything in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And when that thing hit the floor, it was so loud I thought I was dying.
Did you scream?
I turned. Oh no! I just turned around. I was like, "What the fuck?" I screamed, "What the fuck was that?" Yeah, I jumped right. The worst that I've jumped ever in any. I have it on video.
Oh, that's great.
That was one thing I did not want to post on video.
Is that one on Facebook?
I haven't posted it. I could.
You should.
You should.
Yeah.
Like my arm and
Yep.
that.
Oh my god, that was okay. So we were at the Amsterdam libraries. So Paul and his son's first investigation. The Amsterdam library was awesome enough to let us go in, and they actually blew our group up really fast in our community.
Wow.
Yeah, our community loved it. Like we went from maybe 200 followers to almost 1,500 followers in 2 days.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Just
huge.
from our community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah. And there was a moment where we placed a recorder in the basement on the stairs, and then just went off and did our own thing and just let that thing go, record whatever. And there was a moment where what sounded like a really old lady like moan. And yeah, it was just an old lady like and I
was listening to
Yeah.
it, and I'm like, oh my god, look at that.
yeah, we were like, that's an old lady. Like that must be like an old librarian, maybe.
So exciting.
Yeah. And then I realized like a few minutes later, I was like, wait, that wasn't an old lady. You yawned at that exact fucking moment and sounded like an old lady.
Oh my god.
Yep. She was so mad at me that I debunked that. No,
You're
she was mad at me. She wanted to punch me in the face. That's
you
how that
said it.
went.
How dare you?
I was
How
mad at
dare you debunk that?
I was mad at myself for like doing it and
Right.
embarrassed. And I was like,
Yeah, for a couple of minutes there, we thought we got an awesome piece of evidence.
You got an awesome story out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have to do a whole bloopers clip.
Yeah.
There you go.
That
you
would
could
be
you could get the
awesome.
what you could get the what the fuck in there and then clip it right over to her yawning, being like, it's the greatest evidence ever.
Oh my god. So what are your top 3 dream locations to go do?
Oh, I was hoping you would ask this question.
Of course we're gonna ask
Obviously,
this question.
every paranormal investigation, or every paranormal investigator's dream is to go to Waverly Hills. That's probably at the
We
top
love
of our
that
list.
place.
I want to
I wanna
go
go.
to Waverly Hills so bad, and it's going to happen soon.
hmm
Has to. Another place is the Villisca Axe Murder House.
Iowa.
That's another place I really want to
Mhm.
go to. Another place would be St. Augustine's Lighthouse.
Yeah.
We just
Oh my
went. We
God,
went there.
Yeah.
okay.
We did the investigation there. Yeah.
It was awesome. It was really
I want to go to
great.
that place so bad.
I'm so glad you said that. That's where we are.
We went for an
That's so
anniversary
awesome.
trip. And we went for an anniversary trip. We actually we did a St. Augustine Lighthouse episode, and we tell our story at the end of it and what happened. And it was amazing.
It was
if you
fun.
get the chance to go, it is
Oh, that
so
is-
much fun. It is so exciting. It was great.
A lot of walking and a lot of stairs.
Oh, so many stairs. Your legs will
Oh, I
hate.
bet those stairs look horrible.
Your
It's-
I am
legs
awful
the
with
next
stairs.
day
It-
will hate you.
It's a fat man's nightmare. Straight up. I'm not the smallest guy, and walking up 1,000 steps sucks.
It was a lot.
But
It was really cool.
I want to go to
though.
that place so bad. Yeah.
It's pretty neat. You go through, like, you go park in this really weird parking lot, then you go up through like their little museum, and they make you wait out back, and then you go up to this little trail through the woods, and then all of a sudden it just opens up to this courtyard with the bunkhouse, and then the chapel
the
and the
keeper's
lighthouse.
house.
But it's super cool. You have to let us know if you go there.
Yes, please do.
Oh, absolutely.
It was fantastic.
We're dying. Like, I want to do
If we go there, we'll have you guys join us on our investigation.
we want to do an episode of this show on
We'll be
on
there.
location.
We
I
will,
think-
it's like an hour and 20 minutes away.
we don't
It's
even
not even
yeah,
far.
we don't even live that far from there. So if you do come here, we will definitely come meet up with you guys. That would be
Absolutely.
that would be awesome. That'd be so much fun.
Oh my god, that would be.
I'm
excited.
I'm just so glad he said that. Man, it was either that or I was like, I hope he says Lizzie Borden's house because I used to live right there.
Yeah. So what about you, Amber? What are your top
Uh,
3 or more?
Definitely not the Lizzie Borden house.
Not that one.
Probably not. Nothing happens there, by the way. I used to party right behind it. My buddy's
nothing.
apartment was literally right behind it. Nothing. I don't know why people think it's haunted. Nothing happens there.
No, nothing at all. I don't know. That place is just not on my list whatsoever.
It's
Yeah.
just a
I will
house.
drive right past it and flip it off on the way.
It's just a house.
I definitely want to do any battleship, really.
Yes.
There's a lot of battleships out there, and there's
Mhm.
a lot of death on them.
Mhm.
Mm.
Those are definitely what I want to investigate.
Do you have any
all
one?
the battleships, any ones I can?
Would you have one in particular that you'd want to do over all the other ones if you had the choice of any of them, or just any?
Just any,
Yeah.
really.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot out there, and there's a lot that are supposedly haunted, and people have gotten really good evidence on battleships. I believe in one episode of Ghost Hunters, they got on thermal a guy in
Yes.
like a locker.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yes, I think that was a battleship. That was amazing.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
Yep.
I've watched them all.
Yeah, what time we're seeing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love that show.
we sat there and just watched every episode when it came on Discovery.
I'll have to talk to
all the
you.
classics.
I'll have to talk to you sometime after this on another day about some insider ghost hunter stuff that I found out.
Oh yeah,
It's interesting. All right, but
Totally.
yeah, I can't talk about it on here. I'm not supposed to know about it. What about you, Amber? Do you have any specific places in mind that you would pick as like a dream location?
The lighthouse, yes.
I don't know, it's so beautiful to like. Of course, now that I'm like on the spot, I can't think of like all the
That's fine.
million other places. I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, it's not.
Stanley Hotel is one of them.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
a good one. Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's just going to be infamous forever because of The Shining. But
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I talk a lot about being scared of these places, but I would probably go to any of them in a heartbeat. Honestly, I want to do it, but it's because I have so much happen in this house that I'm tired of living with it. So it's always my default answer to be like, no, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, my goal going into this was to try to investigate places that nobody's gone to or heard of yet.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's why we did Amsterdam Library and tried to do the Amsterdam Castle and things around here, because we don't have paranormal groups like that around here. I mean, there are some, but I don't think they do much.
Yeah.
But my goal starting East Coast Paranormal is just hit all the spots that people have not even thought of yet.
That's really cool, because when we started our podcast, we started with all the big names and the big places, and we were like 13 episodes in, and we're like, I want to find stuff that nobody really knows about, like,
Yeah,
and
'cause-
do and
Yeah.
like dig in and
Things
do
have
all
been
that.
things have been done to death, and
Yeah.
that's why
Mm-hmm.
it was more.
And the thing about where we live in upstate New York, which out here there's been a lot of history,
Mhm.
a lot of battles, a lot of death, a lot of buildings that are still up that have been up for the last 150 years, and a lot of them out here are even abandoned and just forgotten about. And those are the places that I've been wanting to go to and investigate,
Yeah.
just have a good time in.
Well, it's cool being like one of the few people to go do a place, and especially when it's a place that not a lot of people know about, because it's like you're tapping into something that's fresh. That it's just new in a way. I mean, it's not new.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's old as hell, but it's new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. I asked another group this one time, and I got an interesting answer. So I'm going to ask you: when you go on an investigation and say it's like a pretty freaky one or whatever, you get a lot of stuff going on. Do you think it's okay, or even if they say it's okay, how do you feel about like bringing home souvenirs from a place that's like really haunted?
She doesn't think it's a good idea. Me, on the other hand,
Me either. You think it's what?
Disrespectful.
I would. Yeah,
Okay,
she
yeah.
says it's disrespectful. I take it like a serial killer taking a trophy.
That's totally a
I-
him answer. Oh my god.
If it was allowed for me to take a souvenir, fuck yeah, I'm taking one in a heartbeat. I don't care.
But what if
I
you
don't
take
care
it
if
and
there's
shit
something
happens?
attached to it.
But he wants stuff to
Good.
happen. Yeah, they want stuff to happen. So they don't care
What
about
better
that.
play? What better thing to happen than to not have to leave your house to investigate?
Well,
Well, we don't want to investigate. I don't want to know. I just want it to stop.
I just want to be able to watch
I
TV.
think you guys should just leave around some cameras and some voice recorders and see what happens.
I've thought about it, but
we did like the necrophonic app, and
yeah, we tried some things.
Some things.
That's bullshit.
It is.
it is. But
We had to
that's
try
how
it.
we found out it's really weird asking questions to nothing. That's when we found that out. We just see things and feel things. I've been touched.
I have a theory that all those apps, they have built-in things to pick up what you're saying, so they can throw out stuff that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I think that's
I
the same
agree.
thing with the Ovilus. I think the Ovilus was set up to, same thing with a cell phone. It'll hear what
Yeah.
you're saying, and it'll just throw out random words
Mhm.
that'll match it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why that's the main reason why I haven't gotten an Ovilus yet. I don't think we are to that point technology wise
We're not.
and in ghost hunting to be able to have stuff like that.
That's interesting.
I mean,
I
because I
think
know
that piece.
a lot of groups use those.
It's-
It's very interesting that you
It's
said
a
that.
very
A lot.
it's a very high-tech idea for something that we're not completely sure about. So we're depending on a thing that we're not sure can do anything to manipulate
Yeah,
something
so
that
it's-
is overcomplicated.
Yep, it's the same thing with Spirit Box to me. I don't think I don't think we're to that point technology wise to speak with spirits through a radio. I just don't see it happening. So we try to use it. We try to see if we can get a little information doing blind Spirit Box sessions and stuff. But I mean, there's nothing concrete for me to say that it's actual proof of that you're speaking to an entity.
I agree.
Interesting. I like those answers.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say like
Well-
anything negative, not negative, but other than praising things,
Well, we're getting close.
Yeah.
We're getting pretty close to an hour. So, what kind of things can we expect to see from you guys in the future?
Well,